guys, it's Chessa with Checker, and Maria from Creative Grids will be joining to reveal the newest tool, and you'll want to be sure to stick around for that. This is the second of our sneak peek What's New for Fall Quilt Market series, and it's just a buzz here in the Checker buying offices as we get ready to head to Fall Quilt Market in Houston, which we are very excited to be back there. Are you planning on going? And if so, you need to make sure to use your time the best by setting up an appointment with one of your Checker sales reps, Byron Masson or Jim McDonald. As usual, we will put their email information in the comment section, so if you don't know who your sales rep is, or you don't have one, or you just need to set up an appointment, you can do so. And they really help make shop owners' lives easier. There's years and years and years of experience between the two. Also, don't forget about our Q&A at the end. Plus, our buyers are standing by to answer any questions you may have. Deb, if you are watching, I hope you are healing well. If you guys didn't know, one of our buyers had knee surgery, so I hope you're sitting on the couch using your little bell to get your husband's attention when you need things. If you guys need to step away and tend to your store, that's okay. As most of you know, this video does stay on Facebook, so you can always come back and watch it at your earliest convenience. And it's always fun to see where you guys are watching from, so make sure you drop a comment with your shop name and location. Today, Maria is joining me, as I mentioned earlier. She is our Creative Grid specialist, and she will be introducing a new tool that was just released and designed by Jean Ann Wright. Let's see who is watching today. I know my mother is, as always, because she's the best. Hello, Calico Cats Sewing Center. Hello to, oops, where did we go? Is that how you say that? Wenchwolf? Is that how you say that, Sasha, you think?
Probably Winch.
Winchy?
How do you pronounce your name?
How do you pronounce, yeah. Can you put the phonetic spelling so that we don't screw it up? While people are still tuning in, I'm going to go ahead and jump in with books. I only have a couple this week. First off is one from Landauer. This is Into Beautiful Quilts. Let's crack the book open. It's a good first page to look at. You can see the original photo that these people chose with, and then next to it you can see it turned into a mosaic quilt, and it still very clearly resembles the original picture. So this book is going to help you understand using grid patchwork, your color wheel. There are insightful sections on getting started, construction, color and fabric choices, as well as 5 projects that are presented and then divided into manageable bite-sized pieces. Lots of good information. I would highly recommend this book because I find mosaic quilting quite daunting, and this book does make it seem very easy to understand and accomplish. So, Stitch Photo Mosaic Quilting.
It's pronounced Venke. V-E-N-K-E.
Venke. Well, hello. Next up, I have one from C&T Publishing. This is the Flower Show quilt. You can combine your love of color, flowers, and applique, and delicate hand embroidery. And you have a gorgeous 14 block cotton quilt. You can see you have your blocks here. It includes instructions and full-size patterns. Just beautiful. It talks about your knots. I always say it, I love books because there's so much information packed into them. There are your full-size templates. The pattern is reversed for tracing onto fusible web. So, Flower Show from C&T Publishing. We have 28 new pre-printed cross-stitch and embroidery projects from Jack Dempsey. I only have a handful of them for you today. I got a hand towel, a pillowcase, a table runner, quilt blocks. I'm going to show you kind of what all they include as Maria tidies up my space because I always knock things over. So you open it up. You have some info about your embroidery stitches. And then it kind of has it broken down for your stem stitches and what style they are. And then, of course, your pre-printed fabric. So it's basically like having a template to follow. So again, there was 28 new ones just recently added to our website. You can see them all at betterthis.com, or as always, there is a link in the description, thank you, of this video that will take you to all the items I'm talking about today, and all 28 of those are included. So now we're going to talk about this beautiful and bright quilt that is behind me. This is from Latifa Safar Studios. This is the In the Mood Forever quilt. And you can just see the beautiful cascading colors. And this is made of half rectangle triangles. And they kind of form an elegant jewel-shaped kind of hexagon. And it's created using their Hertie 1/2 rectangle triangle ruler. And it celebrates the beauty of one mirrored block and repeat, as you can see. And then, of course, all about your fabric placement with your lights and your darks to get the kind of design you're looking for. Simple shapes, mirrored blocks and repeat. This one has 8 distinct color groups with a light and a dark for each. But of course, you guys can always adapt it to what you are looking for. You can do a print and a non-print, so on and so forth. And the pattern includes layouts for a pillow and quilts in 7 different sizes. Have you ever had a pattern that gave you that many options? That's a lot. So again, that was from Latifa Safar Studio. And since Maria is standing by waiting to take over, I am going to have her help me show some more quilts because it's always nice to have a helping hand when we have larger samples to show. Specifically, we have some from So Hooked on Treasures. So let's go ahead and open this first one up. Leave it to me to have it upside down. So if you can get, see that on the screen there, okay. See the gist of the nice bow pattern. So anytime you're giving someone a gift, like you could wrap it up in this quilt and it's like opening a present. This is great for any occasions, birthdays, Christmas, weddings, any occasions you can think of. If you have other ideas for this quilt, go ahead and drop them in the comments. So this is super cute with the holidays coming up as well. Be great to hang with all your Christmas decorations or just your wintry decorations. The beautiful, beautiful pattern. Thank you. Next up, we have holiday trimmings. Now this is a festive modern take on Christmas ornaments. And it's going to add a charming addition to your holiday decor. This one, you can't hold it upside down. There's no possible way. There is, but
that looks good.
I think we're right. So as you can see, as I mentioned, it's like a modern take on your ornaments. So you kind of hang out your nice strip and a star block, and you're kind of creating your own hanging ornaments. Now they were kind enough to send this in 2 different colorways. So you can see this one, your ornaments are lighter and it really just pops on that dark fabric. But another example is to kind of do the reverse, where you have the light fabric
cool.
and the darker ornaments, which still pops, it's just reverse. That's just so cute.
Like little ice skates in the fabric.
Oh yeah, if you guys could see the designs in these fabrics. Got snowmen, poinsettias. Super cute. Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just it's gonna knock her
I'm trying to
over.
avoid this cord over here.
Just booty bump her on over.
That's
Do-
enough.
Do you guys ever wish that you had an extra hand? I think we all have. So let's talk about, from Around the Bobbin are these portable pocket bags. So you have a variety of sizes. There's 4. You can see you have a small, a medium, a large, and an extra large. And you have mesh pockets on the one side, so it's nice. You can see at a quick glance over your headphones in here. And then you have a front zipper pocket. You can throw your key or your credit cards in really quick, or your phone, because it is large enough to fit the phones nowadays, because they can be really big. And then you have a nice little
Key
ring to put your keys on. Except for mine are
Or
way
clip it.
too big. Or clip
Use
it
a clip
too.
to your bag.
Which is always nice because then you can clip, move. There is also the option, or bonus project, I guess you could call it, to turn this pocket into a waist bag. So kind of like a fanny pack. You could also just kind of like put it over your shoulder. It's nice, kind of protected when you're walking then under your arm like that. So this is the portable pocket bags from Around the Bobbin. I do have one more today from Around the Bobbin. I think we should go to a top down for this. We have a mini iron storage case. So mini irons, all the rage, great for traveling, going to retreats. Now you can make your own portable bag. As you can see, that fits the Aliso mini iron very easily, and it's a drawstring, so you can easily just kind of snap it in there, make it snug. See that it has the kick out here for the nose of your iron, and you can see this one has its sole plate trivet, and that still fit in there with that. You can even insulate or sew inside it with the Insole Bright for heat resistant kind of material, so that if you're kind of on the go and you kind of gotta quickly toss it in there before it's all the way cooled down, it is still safe to go. So there is your mini iron storage case. Next up, we have some new items from Quilter Select. We have a variety of ruler sizes, a 6x6, 8x8, a larger 12x12, and I believe there was an 18x18. I do not have it with me at this moment. So you have your easy to read lines. Also from Quilter Select are these gorgeous shears. Kind of got a dark violet tint to them. Very nice. They are 9 1/4 in length. They're great for fabric, cotton, silk, pretty much anything you could possibly need. And there are some nice care instructions on the packaging for, you know, your oil and your wiping your blades and all that good stuff to make them last a long time. And now you've seen us posting and showing a lot from Built Quilt, and I have even more today. We have these super fun festive coaster sets. You have a square one for the Christmas tree and a round one for the pumpkins. These do come in a set of 4. It's perfect to brighten up, kind of festify your living room. And then of course you can add your matching enamel pins. We have the Christmas tree as well, and the pumpkin matches your coasters. That's a new kind of matching. I know my mom's right now. It's like, I can match my pins to my coasters, and it's just a new level of matching because it's a big thing in her life. And probably a lot of yours, I'm not that good at it. And to keep going from Built Quilt, we have a lovely new mustard gold faux leather journal. And because of the faux leather, it's nice and flexible, which is nice. You can shove it in your purse and it's still got some give to it. It's not super stiff. This is 3.8 inches by 6.4. It has a nice debossed quilt block on the front. And lastly, in their new items today is their lovely bag, this nice tote bag. And it's a natural colored bag. It has this beautiful block on it. It is a screen printed on 100% heavy cotton canvas. And it's 15 by 16 inches. So it's practical, it's a great size, it's sturdy, and you can just use it every single day. Now, I know for a fact all of these things are coming with us to market, so if you want to see them in person and touch them and just check them out, make sure you come and see us at our booth at Quilt Market, booth 432. And back again this year is Bohan's Crackers. They have a display and then they have the refills. And I love these because they kind of remind me of like a mint or kind of like candy because you just kind of unwrap them. And then you have your goodies inside. You have your needles and a nice little pouch. And then you have your red and green glass head pins. Very festive. So because of the cute packaging, not only is it just cute, it already takes all the wrapping out of your presents. I suck at wrapping. I just put things in bags because it's easier. So this is already ready to go. You even have your to and from right on it. Easy peasy. One and done. Next, for experienced long arm quilters, you guys know that Renee Red Snappers from Quilts on the Corner makes long arm quilting a joy. Different ones here. Now there's a lot of info on these and I'm not going to get to it all today. I could just drone on and on. There is a great video on our YouTube that talks about attaching them to the quilt top and the backing to the frame. It's very quick and it's very easy. Often loading your quilt on the frame can kind of be daunting if you have to pin it all. So these eliminate your need to pin. You simply press the clamp over the rod, which clamps on to the edge of the quilt and holds it tight and secure. And they do come with enough rods and clamps to attach the 3 poles. Again, I encourage you to watch that video. These will also be at our booth in Quilt Market if you want to come check them out in person. So yeah, they do come in a variety of sizes. These are just the 3 that I had today. Next up, I have one from Janine Babbage Designs. These the best times are always found when family and friends gather around. And this lovely autumn fall wall hanging is sure to become a favorite for yourself or anyone you give it to as a gift. It's narrower in size, so it makes a perfect addition to the room where everyone seems to gather during the holidays, the kitchen. It is 10.5 by 17 inches when finished. Next up, we're keeping with the fall theme from Twister Sisters.
Oh.
Maria couldn't contain her excitement. You have this beautiful pumpkin patch. Now you can use it as a display, as this one's on a nice little hanger here. And then you also have the option to turn it into a table runner. Then everything will coordinate. So this uses their itty bitty twister. And Maria's still awing over it over there in the corner. Here, you can check this one out too.
You gotta hold them side by side.
Well, then come over here.
I'm coming. I dropped it out of the hanger. I had to fix it. Look at the difference. Isn't that cute? Same technique.
It's like a little sister.
Yeah. Little mini. That is darling.
That one with you. And then we're going to move on to some new ones from Susan Quilts. There are 2 great new kind of tree themed. They could be, you know, kind of winter themed because trees don't have to just be for Christmas.
She's watching. She just popped in.
Susan did? Hey, Susan. Thanks for tuning in so you can see your items. First up, we're going to start with the Woodland Runner. So this one uses, actually they both use the mini tree, the tiny tree, and the little tree templates by Susan, which are all available on checkerdisc.com for ordering. So then we can coordinate where you have your runner, and then you can have your beautiful quilt for your loved ones to cuddle up on in the chair after like dinner. I always have to take a nap on the holidays. Just beautiful. And her templates make it really, really easy. It looks very daunting up front because I think everything looks daunting.
We need to get you sewing more.
But I do. But that's just beautiful. Great for the holidays. And then again, it doesn't have to be just for the holidays. Trees are year round. The quilt can be year round. Thank you, Susan.
Very cool.
And then from Summit Street Shop is the new box design, the Happy Pup. You have seen these before on Facebook Live. There is a bunch more designs. They have quilt blocks on them, or there was one with a cat that came out first because we know cats are my favorite. So
No.
I know you didn't know that, did you? Nobody knew that. So make sure you check them all out on checkerdisc.com. Let's see who else is watching today. Hello to Verlene from Midnight Madness in Utah. Mary from North Alabama, thanks for tuning in today. Deborah Quilts Basket in Florida. Joanne from Avenue J Quilts in Omaha, thank you for tuning in today. Vicki from Annie's Keepsakes in North Carolina. Lisa from Chandler's Cottage in Australia, thank you for tuning in all the way from Australia. Kif from So Blessed in McCook. And Unique Fabric Designs in Utah, thanks for tuning in today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and talk about these candles you might have already seen on our bi-weekly email that goes out every 2 weeks with the newest items in it. We did just add more of these candles with different scents and different sayings. These are from Susie Toronto. They have all of her classic sayings on them, and they come in a variety of scents. This one's pumpkin pecan, so this is great for getting you in the festive kind of fall weather here. Life is a work of heart. Mine is a quilt. You got orchid. Let's see, you got orange blossom. I know there was a Fraser fir in there because I'm always in the Christmas mood, so I was smelling that one. Citrus and sage. So these are just all sorts of great. They're in that nice kind of metal. So it's nice that you can kind of put your lid back on. You can put your candle out that way, and then it keeps all of your smoke contained. That's how I put out my candles because I don't like everything smelling like smoke after I made it all smell nice with my candles. So there is a large variety of these on our website. Like I said, there's different scents. So you're going to want to go ahead and check those all out. Those will also be at Quilt Market with us. So if you want to come smell them in person to figure out which ones you like the best, you can do that. So now we're going to go ahead and kick it over to Maria because I know you guys are just dying to learn about this new tool from Creative Grids, and you're like, Tessa, go away already so we can learn. So I'm going to go ahead and let Maria take over.
We never want you to go away.
Aw, you're sweet.
Okay. Yes. Second to grab my pile. I'll enlist your help to hold up an edge when I get to that
Oh, it's my
point.
turn to help.
It is your turn to help, yes. All right. So, thanks to Jean Ann. Well, hello everybody, first off. And like Chessa said earlier, if you are coming to Quilt Market, make sure you stop in and say hello. There's so many of you I have not gotten to meet yet, and I would love to chat and get to know everybody and just say hi. So our new tool is a 10-inch wonky log cabin quilt block. Comes with fully illustrated instructions, just like all of the other rulers do. As we mentioned before, it's designed by Jean Ann Wright. And one of the really wonderful things is that it is made to use with 2.5-inch strips. So for those of you that have got piles of them at home, need some inspiration, grab a pack of strips, grab some background fabric or accent fabric, and you can have your lights and your darks, so you can have it all mixed up. Jean Ann's done a wonderful job of doing various things, but I'm going to show you quick how to use this tool so that you can be just as excited about it as I am.
And Jean Ann is watching.
Oh, hello,
live.
Jean Ann. Good. She had a meeting she had to go to, so I'm glad she got back in time to tune in. So, the 10-inch wonky log cabin trim tool. And let me grab some fabric here. We need like staging tables everywhere.
We need a bigger set.
So if we can switch down to the table. Awesome. So I grabbed some yardage and I cut a bunch of 2.5-inch strips from a light cream background for this. And am I not positioned where I'm supposed to be? And I grabbed some solids to do the centers and for the dark logs that are in the block. So I've got 2.5-inch squares. I used my ABC 1, 2, 3 pins to label the first, second, third, and fourth piece in one round. There's 3 rounds total in the block, so it doesn't take much. Once I arrange them, and I do them in piles like this on my table. There's my centers. There's the first log, which happens to be a light in this case. You can switch it up to be whatever you want. There's my second, my first dark, and my second dark. And once you sew it together, it should look like this. So now you're going to take this wonderful tool. The instructions walk you through. I'm sorry, I shoved it to the. Am I still good? You're going to turn the block so the lights are in the upper right-hand corner to do your first trim. Go to the tool, find the square that says round 1A, and lay that over the center square. And try not to freak out when you're not square on your block like this. Remember, it's meant to be wonky, so it's not going to be straight. I'm going to trim 2 sides. I'm going to rotate that block 180 degrees so it puts the darks in that upper right hand corner. Whether you're using the grid side or the back side of the cutting mats, I'm going to line that up just because my eye likes it to look square. I'm going to also rotate the tool 180 degrees, find the round 1B, place that on the center square again, and notice what else? We've got an outline for that trimmed corner, so you know you're getting a square after you trim this. And there is your round 1. Or this way, or that way, because log cabins are very flexible. For round 2, I'm going to add another round of logs. I'm going to start on the same side I started on with the first one. There's my first light, second, my first dark, my second dark. I'm going to sew that all together. And the block will look like this. So it's square again, but I want that wonky tilt in there, so let's grab the tool. Put the light logs in that upper right hand corner again. Here I still got it turned around. I'm looking at B and I want A first, so we're going to turn that ruler back so the words are right side up. I'm going to find round 2A, lay that on the center, and trim again. Rotate that 180 degrees again. Rotate your ruler as well. If you've ever worked with the curvy log cabins, this is very similar to what you do with those. I'm going to find round 2B this time, put it in the center. Also line up my trim line for round 2 and trim those final 2 sides. And there is round 2. For round 3, same thing. I'm gonna grab my strips.
And there's only 3 rounds.
I know, it's great.
It is, because I sometimes found like the log cabins, I did one, it was a little daunting. It's a lot of
Because I had too many.
repetitive, yeah.
Well, I like all of them, so.
Well, obviously.
But I do love that this is 2.5-inch strips because those are so common. So here's round 3. Again, start on that same side that you did your first round. Here's my second light, my first dark, my second dark. You're going to sew that all together. End up with a block that looks like this. And now for one final trim, grab that tool again. Now I've had you put the lights in the upper right corner for the first 2 rounds. For the final round, we're going to leave them in the bottom right corner. Better? Mm-hmm. I guess I can see up there if I look. So here my tool, the words are upside down. I'm going to rotate that around. There's my center square for round 3.
And what's different with cutting on this one? Where do your lights go?
My lights are in the bottom right hand corner instead of the top right hand corner.
And matches the icon on the ruler.
Yep. And you'll see seam lines printed right here on the tool. For this final round, it goes here. But it's wonky, so you could twist it and torque it as long as it fits on there and have them all be different. But in order to match the artwork that's on there, I'm going to lay it just like this, trim all 4 sides, and end up with blocks that are this beautiful. So that is your new 10-inch wonky log cabin trim tool. And I used solids so that we could see the parts really well, but now I've got some samples I want to show you. So let's switch camera directions again. And
These samples are all cut loose press patterns available on our website. They were all designed by Jean Ann Wright.
yep, just for this tool. And you might have to help me with names. Bubbles, baubles, and something.
Balloons.
Balloons. Oh, she does have that on the corner there. So here is that wonky block. And she's got all the darks clustered together in the corners, and that shows up as lights out here. And she's got these bubbles and baubles and balloons. Very cool.
Let go.
Thank you, ma'am. Let go. Let go of the quilt. This one is called Going My Way. And here she used the same color in the centers, so that stands out a little bit. Well, I guess she did in the first one too, but this jumps out at me, that pretty green. And then they're put side by side on a diagonal across the quilt. So any of those log cabin layouts that you love, you could do with this tool or with any of the log cabin tools. Might have to refigure some yardage here and there, but how fun and easy and different this wonky block is. Those are heavy after a while, aren't they?
They are. Get my muscle workout.
This is the garden table runner, I think.
Yep.
Yes. So greens and oranges, perfect for this time of year. And again, the way she arranged them, those oranges are kissing in the middle here, and the greens are doing this border out here. It's just such a lovely way to treat that block. So perfect for the holiday season. She also did 2 wonky totes, and they're both in the same pattern. So here is one of those quilt blocks made into a pocket. She does a lot of these with her new tool, with all of her tools. Makes a tote bag, uses a block for the pocket. You're going to quilt it and bind it and then sew it to the bag. So whether you're quilting fabric or using this wonderful mesh,
It matches.
it matches you perfectly today. It does. So the instructions for both of these are included in the same pattern. So you only need one pattern to make 2 wonky totes. And the last sample I have,
But I'm sure there's more coming.
oh, well, yes. All those blocks I've been trimming need to be made into something, don't we?
Pick up sticks.
Yeah. So this is such a fun way to use that tool again. Now, instead of lights and darks, she's got all the prints for both. So it doesn't matter which one you start with. She used this cute little polka dot for the centers. But then look at this fun mix of prints and colors all over the quilt. So maybe it's scraps that you're stitching up or leftover pieces that you collected. Or you just simply wanted to use that whole jelly roll. Here's your quilt. So thank you, Jean Ann. I love the new ruler. I love all of them. I love all of our rulers.
Maria likes to play while she's at work.
Yeah, my friends are very jealous. I get to sew while I'm at work. It is pretty fun. But that is our newest trim tool for Creative Grids. And I couldn't be happier to have it finally be in the building.
Well, Sasha, before we say goodbye, are there any questions?
There are no questions, but we did get a comment.
Yeah.
Shelly said that she loved the ruler demo. It's often hard to figure out how to use the ruler, so she really liked
Awesome.
watching it.
Great. Yeah, and there's a video on Checker's YouTube as well as on the product page at Checker.
Yep.
So if you want to see, it's a little bit more of an in-depth tutorial closer up.
Oh, yes.
So if you need to refer to that, you always can.
Or you hit me up with questions.
Or email CGinfo.
Yep, and it's me that you get when you do that. So.
Is that Shelly also? I wish you a quick recovery on your surgery. I'm really bummed that you can't make it to Quilt Market, but we are wishing you the quickest and best recovery. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We will be live again next Wednesday on October 19th. You're going to get sick of me. Kidding, that's not possible.
Oh.
At
No,
one,
it's not.
and she does 40 hours a week with me. And sometimes outside of work.
Uh-huh. It's a good thing.
We're going to be at 1:30 like normal. Make sure you put it on your calendars. And it's another sneak peek at what's new for Fall Quilt Market. And again, doing these every Wednesday through October, right up until we get on the plane and head to Houston.
Woohoo!
Woo! So if your question did not get answered, we will check back and reply. There is a link in the description of this video to all the items we talked about today. So yes, we will see you next Wednesday, October 19th, and then in Houston real soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye for now.